Hey guys, it's QuickyBaby and welcome back to the Good Guys series. I know I haven't done one of these videos in a very long time, but a lot of you have been asking for them, and so let's return to being good guys in World of Tanks. So what is it to be a good guy in World of Tanks? Well, it's the idea of using your tank to protect allies that were otherwise going to have a lot of trouble. Just like that, we protected the T-62A, tracking the 75, stopping him from getting the ram kill, and he doesn't even want to shoot at us. Look at this, he has no interest in shooting us. He just wants to hit the T-62A. And I wasn't the only good guy here. This ISA also protected that T-62A. And poor Mr. E-75 doesn't even get a kill. And I give him a bit of a, I don't know, kind of a bum wiggle there to go, well, yeah, I just saved you, Mr. T-62A. Did you appreciate that? Now, I think promoting this kind of camaraderie in World of Tanks can only add fun into the game for you. Especially when you're finding World of Tanks a little bit mundane. Tight little saves like this between players that I have no idea who that guy is. I mean, I can tell his name, what his name is in game. Mephi, 1973, but it didn't mean a monkeys as it was actually happening. It's all about the fact that World of Tanks is a team game, and more often than not, everyone is just shouting obscenities at each other. Let's try and turn things around a bit and have a little bit of fun and look after each other. So let's look at a few examples of where you guys are being the good guys. First up, we have Algo24 in the very heavily armored IS-6. His friend in the T-29 is going to be under a lot of pressure from a dastardly French autoloader. He takes one hit, two hits. The third hit tracks him, and Algo reverses into harm's way, definitely saving the T-29 there from the final couple of shots from the 50-100 before he finally gets taken down. Great work, Algo24. I really like this one. And this one was made even better by the reaction, the absolute gobsmacked reaction of the T-29. He had no idea what he had just seen in World of Tanks. This supports the notion that this kind of team play is almost so alien to some players. I really liked this T-29's reaction. The IS-6 is confused. What did I do? This is just normal. What an absolute legend. Next up, we have Real Kuze, who is in his Object 140, and he spots a hyper-aggressive T-62A on the enemy team, who puts in a good shot in the T-71 light tank. T-71 is trying his best to stop the T-62A from putting pressure on him. The first shot sets the T-62A on fire, and his fire extinguisher goes off. Real Kuze puts himself in between the T-62A and the T-71 and sets him on fire for the second time. What a great save. And I also enjoyed the after reaction of the T-62A on the enemy team, a complete polar opposite to the previous replay. I have to admit, I think this princess seems just a little bit frustrated, guys. But the T-71 on the Real Kuze's team was very grateful. Oh, Mr. T-62A, you're making yourself look so silly right now. And the Real Kuze shows you that good guys don't always finish last, as he went on to have an absolutely massive round this game with 1,678 base experience points in a tier 10, 8.8k damage. What a fantastic all-round performance here. Great game. Next up, we have Starshooter 2010, who finds a Lux on his team who is having a lot of trouble against a DW2. The DW2 has no intention of shooting Starshooter, and he's trying to finish off the Lux behind him. Starshooter clearly is putting himself in the way of the line of fire, and even when the DW2 tries to surround him, he blocks the fire for the Lux. Absolute stellar friendship performance there. Great play, Starshooter 2010. I really like that one, showing that even low-tier tanks can be the good guys. So now we are watching Hamleaper playing in his Lurve, and how many of you guys have put yourselves in a tricky situation. And Hamleaper is to blame here. He's gone up, he's got himself tracked, now he's lost half of his engine capabilities, and he's tracked again. He needs a Guardian Angel. And here comes Littlefoot in his Pershing. He goes out, waits until Hamleaper's engine is fixed, and then almost shepherds him back down the slope. Littlefoot, what a fantastic play there. No platoons in this game on Littlefoot and Hamleaper's side. They're not in the same clan. That is just a fantastic, candid play there by Littlefoot to keep Hamleaper in the game. And I presume that Hamleaper now realizes that maybe going up on that slope with the mediocre gun depression on the lever is not the best idea against Tier 9 and Tier 10 tanks. So instead, he falls back and he holds the flank. There's an absolute rush by the enemy down what you would call the heavy line or the banana route. And this is a great opportunity for a slow tank with a dead engine, but a great gun to be able to hold off the enemy advance. As Tier 8 heavy tanks are pushing up the slope. The enemy Lurve stops to try and shoot at Littlefoot in his Pershing. Littlefoot, you've got to get out of there. This crossfire of the Pershing who just saved him. Oh no, an absolute disaster. It looks like the Pershing has been tracked in the open. And Hamleaper is not able to save the good guy Pershing. But he can fight and stop the Tiger II from getting up the slope and flanking his team. He can't shoot at the upper plate of the Tiger II there. He's not going to be able to penetrate it. But a T-34 comes around the corner and exposes his lightly armored front plate. And from this position, Hamleaper is easily able to go through the T-34's frontal armor. This game is still rather close indeed, their team only being one tank up at the moment. And it looks like that Hamleaper has held on for long enough for the big boys to arrive. Here's the E100 and here's the Batchat. And that's just what you need when you have to try and handle 3 tanks opposite you. Hamleaper angles his armor well there to avoid a shot in the side from the T-34. While the E100 on his team finishes off a Tiger II that was trying to flank him. He holds him in place for the Batchat to rush past. The Batchat gets tracked. The E75 this time finishes off the Tiger II. And Hamleaper manages to pull back round the slope to put a shot into the 1948, followed by the E50M. The second shot goes right through the armor of the Tier 10 German medium tank, and that is all she wrote for the enemy team. Let's just take a quick look at the post-game results for Hamleaper and whether it was worth Littlefoot looking after him in that situation. Hamleaper ends up getting a steel wall and a Confederate medal, finishing on top of his team by experience in a rather nasty matchup for his tank, and second on damage. What a result here for a Tier 8 premium tank in a rather nasty matchup. However, unfortunately for Littlefoot, it looks like he had a bit of a dry game here, but Pershing in this matchup is quite a tricky one if you're unable to get the flanks and the rear of your opponents. But we can't have that, so I'm going to make it up to you, Littlefoot, even though you probably don't watch my channel or my streams or anything, because this replay wasn't submitted to you. I'm going to send Littlefoot 2,500 gold. Congratulations. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider giving it a like down below. It really helps the channel out. And if you want to know what this good guy shenanigans is all about, then simply click up here and you can go through to the first video I did in this series about a year ago. And if you want to be featured in a good guy video, then I will show you exactly how now. You want to go to replays.QuickyBaby.com, log in using your World of Tanks account using the Wargaming API system, then click Upload Replay. Choose your fantastic good guy replay and then title it Good Guy and then your username. For me, that's going to be QuickFingers. Then please add times where you have been a good guy. I saved T62A. And the more detail that you can give in here, the better, and it's more likely that I'll watch your replay. Once you've uploaded it, it will appear on the front page. And then if you guys want to help me out, go and watch some good guy replays and upvote them and downvote them, whether you like them or not. and then I'll be featuring the best ones on my YouTube channel. And let me know in the comments down below, what is your greatest good guy moment? Has it happened to you? Have you saved anyone else candidly in a random Q game? Do you think this is all a load of tosh, or do you think it's a nice direction for a few of the videos on the channel to take? And as always guys, thank you so much for watching. You've been epic, and hopefully I'll see you soon.